Police officers encounter all kinds of aggressive and threatening offenders each day. But what occurs when it's their own relatives they must detain?
Why are you pushing me? Knock it off!
This is Officer Kovac, a law enforcer who disapproved of his daughter's involvement with 18-year-old Makai Coleman. After tracking his daughter's computer to the location, he noticed Makai's vehicle passing and chose to stop it.
You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out. Go sit in my car. We'll make shit up as we go.
It's instantly obvious that this isn't a typical law enforcement encounter. That final remark, "we'll make it up as we go," is clearly inappropriate and rather alarming as well. Officer Kovac has a personal and emotional tie to this situation and has even executed an illegal traffic stop because of it. Even if there were a legitimate cause to stop Makai, he should have called in another officer to manage the situation. Instead, he's handling it himself.
Any guns, knives, weed on you? What's that? Go ahead and get smart before I can do something to you even more.
The passenger side door opening indicates someone is still inside the car, and it turns out to be another of his daughter's acquaintances. But she is still nowhere to be found.
I tell you get out of the car? I tell you get out of the car? Dad, no, my daughter's in your house?
Conveniently, Kovac happened to stop them right beside the friend's home. So he chose to speak with the mother after recalling that his daughter's computer also indicated she was inside this residence.
Why is her computer?
What are you doing up in my house?
I don't know. You know, so if I check and you're lying to me, you're going to jail.
I'm not lying.
She's getting a ticket because she wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so that's going to cost $20.
Can you go back and warrant?
That's fine. I will.
Fine. I will. The woman courteously allows Kovac to inspect her house, even though she isn't legally required to. He informs her that since her daughter wasn't wearing a seatbelt, he's issuing them a $200 citation, prompting the woman to withdraw her permission to search. It's becoming evident how far he's prepared to misuse his authority to handle his own private matters, so the woman chooses to voice her concerns.
Hey, you're making this
You're being deferred.
How am I being deferred?
She wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
I was wearing my seatbelt. I'm making this person. You want to take my daughter because you think your daughter is here.
No, she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
I'm going to call 911.
Realizing precisely what's happening, the girl's mother warns Officer Kovac that his actions are both improper and unlawful. But in a rush to stop the woman from contacting his fellow officers to come to the location, he opts to release her daughter without a citation before uncovering something no one could have anticipated.
I didn't even see you. Get out of the car. Get in my car. Go ahead, you guys are good. Ma'am, they could go with you.
The officer's daughter, Caitlin, had been concealed inside Makai's vehicle the entire time, clearly afraid of what her father might do to her and her companions. It turns out her fear wasn't unjustified, as he goes on to effectively abduct his own daughter by forcing her into his patrol car.
Get in my car. Goodbye.
You can't take me. I'm 18. You have to give me a reason. By law, why are you pushing me? Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Keep knock it off.
No, why me? No, why you can't do this? 5 minutes ago.
Get in the car. She's going to the hospital because she said she was going to kill herself, Marty.
No, I didn't. I didn't know.
Caitlin is basically being abducted here. She hasn't broken any laws and is legally an adult, meaning she can leave or stay with whomever she chooses. Yet, despite that, he insists she must go with him to the hospital for a mental health evaluation. There's no need to explain just how poorly Officer Kovac dealt with the entire incident. Internal Affairs did that for us. It was swiftly determined that Kovac behaved illegally and recklessly throughout the whole encounter. Kovac was marked as an available unit and was dispatched to a domestic violence situation, but he never responded. Officer John Kovac was eventually dismissed from the police force for his unprofessional conduct. But it's not only law enforcement officers who can be overprotective parents. Consider this case from Vermont, where a 52-year-old dad attempted to use an excavator to assault the cops who were detaining his own child. What you're witnessing is essentially two individuals menacing each other with lethal weapons. The officers are in an incredibly difficult spot here. They must maintain custody of the apprehended suspect while also de-escalating his father, all in the midst of a potentially fatal confrontation.
I've got 343 and 254 and a 10.
Unfortunately, this is where the recording stops. However, you can hear the radio dispatcher notifying other officers of a 1010 at the location. A 1010 means a fight is underway, and additional units are promptly sent to assist the two officers in regaining control and placing the entire family under arrest. The son was taken in on charges of burglary and battery, while the father was also detained and charged. In both of these instances so far, a police officer's relative hasn't been directly taken into custody. But this upcoming case reveals what happens when a cop has to arrest his own daughter for driving under the influence.
Dad!
You stopped because you're arrested for DUI.
On December 28, 2022, a witness saw a white car collide with a traffic signal and then speed away. A section of the car's bumper had broken off and remained on the road after the impact. About 15 minutes after the report, officers found the suspect's vehicle at a gas station just across the street. But the person behind the wheel was the last one they anticipated.
Come back from Applebee's?
I had a drink.
Okay. How old are you?
21. My dad is,
Listen, your bumper's in the road over there. Did you just hit that pole?
No, I promise you I didn't.
No?
The first thing 21-year-old Teresa mentions is that her father is an officer with the local police department, possibly hoping he'd arrive and remove her from the predicament. But the officers on site are certain that it's far beyond that point now.
You left Applebee's.
Yeah, I left Applebee's.
You cut through the plaza. You came out by Lowe's and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Did you hit the traffic pole that's right there?
I hit the traffic pole. This part was hanging off already. I hit a deer in Pennsylvania because I go to school in...
Do you smoke marijuana recreationally?
No, I do not smoke marijuana universally.
Universally, using marijuana isn't the only detail in her story that doesn't add up. She claims her bumper was already loose from a crash in Pennsylvania roughly 25 miles away, and it just happened to drop off at the exact moment another vehicle identical to hers hit a traffic light. But Teresa has a tactic in mind that she believes might get her off the hook. At least, that's what she's counting on.
I hit a deer before this. You can ask my dad.
This piece fell off at the traffic light that you hit, that you knocked over. 6'7", do you have another unit out with you?
Oh my dad, he's the sheriff's officer.
Alright, hang out.
In the span of just a few minutes, Teresa mentions her father over 5 times, clearly hoping he'll somehow help her escape the situation. But before he can show up to save her, the officers begin to focus in on what actually occurred and start to uncover at least part of the truth from Teresa.
Did you drive away because you're scared because you maybe had one drink and you think you're drunk?
Yeah.
And you might get arrested, but you don't seem like you're drunk?
Yes.
So you want to just tell the truth?
Yes, I'm telling you the
So when after Applebee's, did you hit a traffic pole? You can't miss it. It lights up. It's red, green, and yellow.
I hit a curb.
You hit a traffic signal.
No, I hit a curb.
Yeah, you went up the curb. You hit the traffic signal. The traffic signal fell down, and you
I
left.
was texting. If you just call my dad, he would tell you.
Well,
The sheriff's officer.
here's the thing. Your dad, the sheriff's officer, wasn't driving your vehicle today.
In just this brief exchange, Teresa confesses that she did collide with something, that she's more impaired than they initially thought, and that she was messaging while behind the wheel. 3 traffic violations that can each carry individual penalties. Now that the truth is revealed, the investigators choose to have a word with her father, John, but it turns out he isn't there to bail her out.
Hey, John, how are you? So your brother came back Okay. Where's the damage on the car?
Okay, the damage on the car there, I think it was like the front right bumper.
John explains that Teresa did strike a deer earlier, and that the damage was to the front right bumper, but it wasn't nearly as severe as the harm the vehicle was currently showing.
Can I come out? Are you guys out there?
That's up to you. I'll see if she wants you to come out, if she wants, you to drive her home.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me come out there, and then I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you.
Okay, alright, sounds good.
It appears Teresa won't be receiving the rescue she was counting on from her father, and just 5 minutes later, he shows up at the scene to speak with the officers.
What's up? So, what you say, like, and where the damage was and everything, doesn't really make too much sense. Trying to get some more information out of her, but and then that piece of bumper there. So, for the other one, was it just like the bumper wasn't hanging like that?
Yeah, no, so what it was is basically this was intact.
Okay.
This piece was missing, the scratches. That's all from her gear that she lost.
So right now, this is going to be my call. Okay. Coming out.
Okay, gotcha.
He's going to be providing all the details.
Okay, who's your supervisor? Not that I'm on dude. I'm just asking.
The officers who initially responded to the scene almost act like they anticipated John would try to defend his daughter and become noticeably tense when he asks who their superior is. Clearly, there are numerous cases of misconduct where law enforcement, especially those in higher positions, leverage their authority to keep family members out of legal trouble. However, the officers soon recognize that all he's doing is collecting every detail about the situation so he can make an impartial judgment himself. This quickly becomes clear as he reviews her text messages to piece together a timeline of events.
I just want to show you this so you can see it. You home 10:39. What do you think, how do you think that initial call came? Because she probably hit it and was like, Dad, what the fuck do I do?
Somewhere between 10:45 and 11.
That's about right.
And we're talking to her. She wasn't telling us.
I mean, lying to, she knows better. She knows not to do that. Well, maybe she didn't even, do you think I'm not saying she didn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be very clear about that. She might not even look at the fucking car to see what was already there.
However, despite John's readiness to assist the officers, the sergeant on scene requests that he stay out of the matter to preserve the integrity of the investigation. Up to this point, everything, aside from Teresa's actions, has been handled flawlessly and serves as a strong example of professional policing. So attention shifts back to something Teresa previously mentioned. She claimed she'd only had one drink at Applebee's, but it's becoming clear that she might be more intoxicated than they initially believed. Suspicions that were soon confirmed through a series of field sobriety tests.
And everything that happened, I don't think that you were okay to take the offer from the vehicle.
Dad! Dad! Where's my dad?
Oh, your dad's right over here.
You do stop for the sit in the car. You're arrested for DUI.
That's the taxi.
After being placed into the patrol car by her own father, Teresa was taken to the police station, where her blood alcohol content was measured. It came back at 0.17%, more than double the legal limit. At the time of this upload, Teresa is still awaiting sentencing, but has received a court summons for driving under the influence, reckless driving, and failing to report a vehicle collision. Teresa's father followed protocol exactly as he should, but what happens when, instead of the father being called to deal with his daughter, it's the daughter who calls the police on her own dad? That's precisely what unfolded on March 24th, 2023, when officers responded to a domestic violence call that turned out to be far from what they had anticipated.
Oh. Can you put the dog in the room for me? Alright, who called? You did? Alright, what's going on?
The woman who opened the door informs the officers that she had a confrontation with her father, during which he threatened to hit her. She says all she wants is for her parents to hear her out and acknowledge the problems from her upbringing. The responding officer quickly understands he's about to face a difficult situation.
When did he threaten to punch you?
You want to treat me the way you treated me?
Hey.
I don't know.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to them?
No, I'm not talking. You don't talk. You're making faces
What
at
I'm
me.
saying though is you need to be talking to me.
I have never once called the cops on someone before, and this is the first time, and he deserved it.
Okay, well he's gonna go talk to him,
No,
separate.
not about me.
Okay, then do you want us to conduct an investigation or not?
During this time, the officers take her father into a different room, where he explains that his daughter had been yelling at him all day. According to him, she was holding him and his wife responsible for choices she had made herself, and he was growing frustrated with the chaos she was bringing into their lives. Despite the tense atmosphere, things remained peaceful, at least until the officers discovered a marijuana pipe in the daughter's bag.
But you have a pipe in there that's commonly used to smoke
Why
marijuana,
don't you take this?
as well as wrapping paper, so...
Well, it's not your purse. You don't have the
Okay,
right
it's
to
called
get in it.
plain view.
Go the
Plain
way.
view. Turn around,
Blah, blah, blah.
turn around, put your hands behind your back.
I was trying to
Turn around, put your hands behind
going to be under arrest for obstructing if you do not comply. Stand up. Give me your hand. Stop resisting. Simple. Okay.
During the struggle, the woman deliberately kicked one of the officers and fought against being detained. The police also searched her bag and uncovered a variety of substances, both intoxicating and unlawful. So, they informed her of her rights and escorted her to the squad car. Meanwhile, back inside the home, things were only becoming stranger. An officer heard a noise coming from the bathroom and chose to look into it further.
It happened back there. Something fell down back there.
Probably Christine in the bathroom.
Who's Christine?
Your dad's friend of Janet's.
Is she allowed to be here?
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that she stayed in the bathroom the whole time. Does she have warrants?
I don't know.
Hey, Christine! I need you to come out here for a second.
Unsurprisingly, the unknown woman hiding from the officers in the bedroom was found to have active warrants and was also placed in handcuffs. The woman's parents explained that their daughter has struggled for a long time and carries deep trauma from her early years. They told the officers she's currently receiving therapy for it, which might have brought those memories to the surface and triggered her hostile behavior, though they never disclosed the exact issues. Regardless, the woman was charged with illegal drug possession and resisting arrest. The parents faced no charges, meaning their daughter's call completely backfired. Based on everything we know, it appears the parents were mostly in the right and had simply been dealt a difficult situation. Things took a very different turn for Bruce Adams, a father who chose to intervene when his son was arrested, misusing his authority as a county commissioner.
Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail. You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff?
In November 2022, Kenneth Adams was stopped for failing to obey a stop sign, but it quickly became clear that Kenneth was in far more trouble than he initially thought.
How's it going?
Good. What did I do wrong?
Okay, so the reason I stopped you didn't come to complete stop sign?
I did.
And then you didn't have your turn signal on.
I sure did.
Okay.
I know for a fact I had my turn signal on.
Okay.
That's why I was surprised you were pulling me over, but whatever.
The officer then collected his license and ran it through the database, revealing that Kenneth had an active warrant for burglary and auto theft. Suddenly, Kenneth grew defensive and refused to step out of the vehicle.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle with me?
What are you doing? No, what's going on? Seriously, what's going on?
You have a warrant.
How do I have a warrant?
I don't know how you have a warrant, but it's on our system right now. You have an active warrant out of 7th District Court here in San Juan.
I've gone to, no, that's incorrect.
Okay, well, it's on our system right now.
Well,
I'm not going to argue with you about it. You're going to go to jail tonight on that warrant, okay?
No, I'm not. Dude, this is absurd.
Mr. Adams, you do have an active warrant for your arrest.
Who issued the warrant, though?
The court's have it issued.
For what, though? Because I had gone to court for everything. There should not be an active warrant for me anywhere, dude.
Kenneth insists that he's already appeared in court for his earlier offenses, but the warrant still requires his arrest. For most minor cases, the defendant is responsible for submitting the paperwork that shows they've gone to court and finished any programs or classes ordered by the judge. Without that documentation, the court can't verify that anything was completed. So when Kenneth failed to submit his, the warrant stayed active, and the officers had no way of knowing he had actually been to court.
Issued October 13th.
For what?
Had some felony charges, burglary charges.
Dude, I've been to court for that. No, I've been to court for that.
You want any charges?
Yeah, I do.
So it has 2 burglary charges listed, a theft charge. That's on my old case. 3 charges of burglary of the vehicle, and 3 trespass. Yeah, why is that floating right now?
Kenneth was transported to the station, but that's when his father, Bruce Adams, showed up, who happened to be the county commissioner for the local area. How convenient for Kenneth. Right after arriving at the scene, Bruce demanded an explanation and immediately began to exhibit signs of misconduct and abuse of power.
Where's Kenneth?
He's in jail. They took him.
You already took him to jail?
They took him to jail, and I stayed here with the car.
Why?
For a warrant.
Who do I call to find out?
To find out the warrant?
You're a police officer. Tell me who I call to find out why he's in jail.
I gotta be careful with this stuff, Bruce. You understand that? Okay. That's the warrant. Okay, so it says warrant status active, offense burglary, burglary, theft, criminal mischief, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle.
He's already been to court over that.
You saw the warrant right there. I showed you the warrant.
He's been charged with that, and he has a plea in abeyance on all of them.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn him loose.
I can't turn him loose, Bruce.
Who can?
Nobody can. He's been arrested for a warrant. The courts can.
And the warrant's false.
Huh? The warrant's not false.
You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff because he arrested my kid on a false warrant?
The warrant's right there.
Bruce is clearly attempting to misuse his authority and sway the situation as commissioner to shield his son from legal consequences. Fortunately, the officer remains firm and refuses to back down. Eventually, however, Kenneth was released from jail, the warrant was dropped, and no additional steps were taken against Bruce.